Coming up on the Q30 Newscast, Quinnipiac releases a new brand element.
And new changes to next year's dining plan have been announced.
We also take a look at how the student government is dealing with budget cuts. All this and more, coming up on the Q30 Newscast.
Good evening and welcome to the Q30 Newscast. I'm Mike Iozzo.
And I'm Brooke Riley. Thanks for joining us tonight. The School of Communications Honor Society, Lambda Pi Eta, is currently hosting a movie night out in the piazza. The movie Snowden is being shown. Although the movie began at 9:15, it is not too late to join in on the fun. There is free popcorn and candy being given out. This event is open to all School of Communications students. Take a break from homework and studying to relax for a bit.
Student government is proposing and approving budget cuts for next year in today's session.
Christina Vidas has a recap of what is going on. Christina?
Thanks, Brooke and Mike. I'm here outside of SGA's weekly meeting, where one of the main topics was the 2017-2018 budget for student organizations. Now, even though tuition is rising, funding for student organizations is being cut. Now, a major question is, where is this money going? QThon, Student Programming Board, as well as SGA itself, is being cut. About 70% of SGA's budget is being eliminated, as well as $1,000 from each committee of SPB. Some of the cuts came from conferences, competitions, uniforms. They were all cut across the board for all organizations on campus. Emphasis was put on events open to the entire student body. However, if your organization is wondering or wants to fight for more funding, you are welcome to reach out to schools on campus, or you can apply for an appeal by the Finance Committee. That's all I have here for SGA Update. I'm Christina Vidas. Back to you guys at the desk.
And we have MJ Barrett here to discuss recent allegations against former Quinnipiac women's ice hockey head coach Rick Seeley.
MJ, what can you tell us about this developing story?
Brooke, Mike, thank you. The latest news surrounding ex-Quinnipiac women's ice hockey coach Rick Seeley is that his lawyer, Bob Mitchell, said in a statement to WTNH that they deny all allegations. Some of the details of this story may be sensitive, so viewer discretion is advised. A recent memorandum shows that women's ice hockey players reported former head coach Rick Seeley's alleged abusive behavior dates back to as early as the 2009 season. The university extended Seeley's contract 3 times between 2009 and 2015. Seeley was fired in 2015 after an incident in which he grabbed one of his players by the jersey in a game against Harvard. The recent memorandum includes surveys from former players which cite alleged emotional and physical abuse by Seeley. These surveys include comments accusing Seeley of threatening players to slice their wrists, threatening to take away scholarships, and even going as far as taking a slap shot at a former player's head in practice. The reports say that Seeley threatened to take away their scholarships and playing time if athletes spoke up. No one from the university has commented as of now on the developing story, saying university policy is not to comment on active lawsuits. Seeley currently is coaching in China. Stay with Q30 for more updates on this developing story.
Thanks, MJ. There are some new changes coming to the student dining plans next year.
Callie Keyes spoke with Leanne Spalding about these new changes. What do you have for us, Callie?
With many disappointed students taking countless surveys and attending focus groups, Chartwells is taking steps forward to encompass students' needs and wants. This Monday, they uploaded their dining guide with their plan and new options for the 2017-2018 year.
We took all our results, everything that they wanted, and we pulled all the information. It was a long process. And then from that process, this is what we decided this was the best way to attack everybody's wants and needs.
And many students are excited for these new changes. With a licensed Starbucks being placed in SC225, a Revolution noodle and sushi option that will be placed in the faculty dining lounge, and a second Aubon finding a home in the School of Comm and Engineering.
It's definitely a good idea. There are not many options for students here right now, so I think adding a Starbucks, another ABP, sushi, noodles, I think those are great options because a lot of people do like variety. There isn't much variety right now.
Quinnipiac introduced a new branding element yesterday titled Quinnipiac Plaid. The new design features different shades of blue plaid with the new logo in white on it. There was a table set up on Bobcat Way yesterday where many students received free merchandise such as t-shirts and water bottles. The new design will be listed on the Scottish Registrar of Tartans. The main purpose of this is to differentiate the Quinnipiac brand from its peers and to show how it's unique. There were also dining cups in the hall to celebrate the release of the plaid items. With the plaid printed on them, we are expected to be on sale in the campus bookstore online soon.
Quinnipiac's Public Safety and Parking began a bidding process for the campus shuttle system about a month ago. After publishing the bidding process, 5 companies have responded. The predicted new buses will be of higher quality with amenities such as Wi-Fi access, better safety features including cameras, and other recording devices. There will also be wheelchair accessibility and tracking standard on every bus. We spoke to Shannon Grosso to tell us about her plans to make the shuttle system more efficient.
So what we're going to have is a 24-hour, 7 days a week, live operated, you can call a phone number, and we will then dispatch a bus to that location.
As we know, politics is worldwide.
Anna Sackle is here to update us on what's happening in Syria. Anna?
Thanks, guys. Last week in Syria, there was a huge chemical weapon attack that killed more than 72 people. Planes dropped bombs filled with deadly chemicals all over a rebel-controlled area of Syria. Pictures of the attack were released and showed dozens of people dying, including children, as a result of the deadly chemicals. For the past 6 years, Syria has been in a deadly war between the president of Syria and those who are against him. It is believed that the attack that was made was by Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, although he has denied all involvement in the attacks. After hearing of the attacks, President Donald Trump took action and ordered missile strikes targeted at forces who support Assad and the Syrian government. Trump aimed his missile strikes at the airfield where the chemical bombs were launched, and he says he believes Assad is responsible for the chemical attacks. The Syrian government reported 6 people have died as a result of the missile strikes. The UN proposed a resolution that would require Syria to cooperate in an investigation to see who was actually responsible for the chemical attacks this past week. Russia, an ally of Assad and the Syrian government, however, has vetoed this proposed resolution earlier today. And that's all I have for your political update. I'm Anna Sackle, back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Anna. When we come back, Mike and I discuss events that took place across campus over the past week.
And Carrie Golden has this week's national news update. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up on Bobcat Breakdown.
Coming up on Bobcat Breakdown.
And welcome into Studio 125.
So what?
40
So what?
points. If you score 40 points in a basketball game, we all know you play Quinnipiac intramurals. We all know you love to shoot the rock.
Well, if you think that's the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard, what I'm about to say, I guess, is going to be pretty ridiculous in your book. But I'm going to say yes, there is a controversy.
Line, getting ready to punch the ball as it lands right in front of another Monmouth player.
The Q30 Newscast is sponsored by Quinnipiac University Online. Finish your degree faster with online summer courses through QU Online.
Coming up, coming up, coming up.
Coming up on hashtag that.
We are your source for Quinnipiac's entertainment news. All this and more.
Coming up on the Q30 Newscast.
Welcome back to the Q30 Newscast.
Thanks for sticking with us. Quinnipiac's own WISH, Women in Support of Humanity, hosted Take Back the Night, an event to end sexual assault, domestic and dating violence, sexual abuse, and other forms of sexual violence yesterday in the Mount Carmel Auditorium. The event featured survivors from the Jane Doe No More organization to speak about their experiences. This ended with a candle-lit vigil. Quinnipiac University hosted their largest day of community service, the big event, this past Saturday. About 1,600 students, faculty, and staff formed 192 teams and dedicated the day to giving back to the greater New Haven community by cleaning up 30 sites. A few sites included the Farmington Canal Trail, the Hamden Youth Center, Miller Senior Center in Hamden, Edgewood Park, and Edgetown Park in New Haven, and the Connecticut Partnership for Children's Incorporated in Seymour. The big event is a nationwide community service project started by Texas A&M University 31 years ago.
The speakers for the class of 2017 commencements have been announced. Economics professor at Yale University, John Giannakopoulos, will speak to the College of Arts and Sciences. Hap Clapp, founder and CEO of the North Face, will speak at the School of Business ceremony. Executive Director of Camp No Limits, Mary Leeton, will speak to health science students. Former NPR host and founder of the Race Card Project, Michael Norris, will speak at the School of Communications ceremony. And finally, Mary Blankson, Chief of Nursing Officer at Community Health Center, will speak at the nursing ceremony. Last Friday, the Student Programming Board put on its annual Wake the Giant concert. This year's headliner was the famous DJ Tiesto. Doors to the TD Bank Sports Center opened up at 7 for the 8 o'clock show. Before the concert, there were food trucks outside. They had a range of free food from grilled cheese to cupcakes. Tiesto put on an energetic show that lasted for about an hour and a half. Most students enjoyed the event.
In light of the death of Sacred Heart University Kappa Delta sister, Quinnipiac's own Kappa Delta chapter showed their support in an active way. The Sacred Heart KD chapter lost 22-year-old sister Caitlin Nielsen a few days after being hospitalized due to choking on a pancake at a fundraiser early last week. Nielsen was the chapter's vice president of community service. She planned the chapter's own philanthropy events. Shoe Philanthropy event is a fashion show that took place last night, and Kappa Deltas at the Quinnipiac were there to support their nearby chapter. The event had a theme of remembering Nielsen. Kappa Delta at Quinnipiac had about over 30 sisters present. Shoe event usually raises about $15,000 for nearby Prevent Children Abuse American affiliates, but this year the chapter more than tripled their total with over $50,000. The QKDs enjoyed the event and ended the night by taking a picture and cheering with their fellow Sacred Heart sisters.
Alpha Sigma Phi hosted Quinnipiac's Got Talent, which they called Q Factor. There were 3 judges, 2 students, and 1 professor. Students showed off their talents, and the top 3 contestants were awarded prizes. Performers paid $5 to participate, and spectators paid $3 to watch. Food was served at the event, and the money raised will go towards one of their philanthropy partners. Matthew Lewis, a brother of Alpha Sigma Phi and the organization of this event, spoke to Q30 News.
Little competition. There were some prizes for the winners, but it's supposed to be fun, which I was really happy that it was a lot of fun. The crowd enjoyed everyone singing, performing, so it was a success.
The Quinnipiac community is saddened by the death of psychology professor Bertram Gaskroff. He passed away on Saturday, April 8th. Gaskroff was an accomplished director and actor for both the professional and community theater. He was a part of the Quinnipiac community for 45 years and is described as a gentle teacher who cared about his students. Details for the memorial service will be announced when the information becomes available.
The brothers of Phi Kappa Phi will be hosting an event called Bikes for Buddies. This event will raise money and awareness for both Best Buddies and the Ability Experience and will take place throughout the week. This event will be held on Bobcat Way lawn and will feature students riding stationary bikes and brothers of the fraternity doing push-ups. Some sad news on the West Coast with yet another shooting.
And wildfires have been spreading across Florida.
Carrie Golden has more information on that and more with our national news update.
Thanks, guys. Some sad news coming from San Bernardino, California. A murder-suicide inside an elementary school. A man shot and killed his wife and then killed himself on Monday. Cedric Anderson also killed one student and injured another inside a special education classroom. Anderson went into the classroom armed after checking into the front desk and then shot his wife. At the time of the shooting, the couple was estranged. Authorities say the other two students were not targets. They just happened to have been near the teacher. After killing his wife and injuring the students, Anderson shot himself. United Airlines has been getting backlash after a doctor was dragged off one of their overbooked flights. But recently released information has added a surprising twist to the story. Authorities told Dr. David Dow he needed to get off the plane due to overbooking, and he refused to move on Sunday. Security officers then physically removed Dow from his seat and dragged him down the aisle, while many passengers recorded the incident on their phones. After the videos had gone viral, it was found that the doctor was charged in 2005 with 98 felony drug counts for illegally prescribing painkillers and was convicted of writing prescriptions and checks to a patient for sex. His medical license was suspended, and the suspension was lifted in 2015 by the medical board, allowing him to practice with some restrictions. According to authorities, security followed protocol and calmly talked to the man, but he continued to resist. The doctor has since been in the hospital receiving treatments for his injuries. Wildfires have been sparking up in Florida. Firefighters have been battling wildfires from the top of Florida near the Georgia border all the way down near Miami. The wildfires have gotten so large that the governor has issued a state of emergency. The fires are even damaging the wildlife and have burned down 19 homes. The current largest wildfire is in Florida's Cypress National Reserve and has spread over 8,000 acres. Well, that's all I have for your national news update. I'm Carrie Golden. Back to you guys at the desk.
Still to come on the Q30 Newscast, John McMahon has this week's full weather forecast.
And Nicolette Archel gives us an update on all things entertainment. Don't go away.
Coming up on Bobcat Breakdown.
Coming up on Bobcat Breakdown.
And welcome into Studio 125.
So what?
40
So what?
Points. If you score 40 points in a basketball game, we all know you play Quinnipiac Intramurals. We all know you love to shoot the rock.
Well, if you think that's the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard, what I'm about to say, I guess, is going to be pretty ridiculous in your book. But I'm going to say yes, there is a controversy. I'm
getting ready to punch the ball as it lands right in front of another Monmouth player.
Coming up, coming up, coming up.
Coming up on #that.
We are your source for Quinnipiac's entertainment news.
The Q30 Newscast is sponsored by Quinnipiac University Online. Finish your degree faster with online summer courses through QU Online.
All this and more.
Coming up on the Q30 Newscast.
Welcome back to the Q30 Newscast.
Thanks for staying with us. There seems to be a lot going on with new TV shows.
From the Netflix series 13 Reasons Why to Kylie Jenner getting her own TV show, Nicolette Archel has this week's entertainment news update. Nicolette?
Thanks, guys. The Late Late Show, hosted by James Corden, has been a hot topic in the last few days. The famous segment, Carpool Karaoke, is getting bigger. It is officially becoming its own show. With 16 episodes, the show will continue with some new faces of the famous artists that will sing with James Corden while riding around Hollywood. New celebrities include Will Smith, Michael Strahan, Ariana Grande, and John Legend, just to name a few. This series is going to be premiered first on CBS, airing on May 22nd at 10 p.m. Need a new show to binge watch? Well, 13 Reasons Why is your answer. After the 1 week anniversary of the show's premiere on Netflix, the hype continues. The show is based on the 2007 publication and has gained large popularity. The main actress, Catherine Langford, spoke about how she dealt with the show's heavy material. With the theme of bullying and suicide, Catherine said the piano and The Office has gotten her through it. Even though this is a TV show, if at any point you know of someone that needs help, please go to 13reasonswhy.info for more resources and information. Keeping up with the trend of tonight's entertainment report, I have more TV news. Kylie Jenner has created a spin-off show from Keeping Up with the Kardashians called The Life of Kylie. The 19-year-old is opening the doors to her fans to see how the glam and drama unfolds. Kylie said, quote, "This show will allow me to give them a peek of inside all the exciting things inside my life, as I'm working on as well as professional times with my friends," unquote. Stay tuned this summer for the season's premiere. That's all for your entertainment update. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Nicolette. It seems there's a lot of exciting stuff coming our way.
When we come back, MJ Baird updates us on what's going on with spring sports. Stay with us.
Hello, Quinnipiac hockey fans, and welcome to the Neutral Zone.
Definitely St. Lawrence, and I think you're going to see the test coming up real soon.
They might be having a bit of an adjustment issue without that CBS line, but don't count them out.
At High Point Solutions Arena in Game 2 of Quinnipiac vs. Northeastern Series.
All this and more.
Coming up on the Q30 Newscast.
It's 9:30 Eastern, and you know what that means. Sports Pause is on the air.
Ball played up the middle. Iman Whalen with a little cheat off the puck.
Preseason just boils down to going after another national championship and not necessarily focusing on the one before.
MJ, it is time for our favorite part of the show. It's the top 5 plays of the week, brought to you by B&D Deli, home of the Q-Dog.
Let's talk about the first play you want to break down.
Yeah, let's break it down right away.
But the one name I'm going to throw out there is a freshman, Mika Maples.
Now that the snow is finally gone, spring sports are officially in full swing.
MJ Baird is here to update us on what's been going on with Quinnipiac sports. What do you have for us, MJ?
Brooke, Mike, I'm back. Thank you. The Q30 sports report today is going to come virtue of men's lacrosse. Men's lacrosse taking on Marist last year in the MAC Conference Championship. Quinnipiac won that game, advances to the NCAA tournament, but this season hasn't been so nice to the Bobcats. They lost 2 of their first 3 games. Quinnipiac held a rematch of last year's MAC Championship game against Marist this past weekend. Let's have a look at some of that action. As I said, Quinnipiac and Marist, this is game down in New Haven. It's actually senior day for the Bobcats. As I said, rematch of last year's MAC Championship. 4 seniors honored for the Bobcats, including the man you see right there, Jack Brust, the fifth-year goaltender. See him sharing a moment with his coach, Eric Fekete, right there. We'll take you to the first half of action, though. Marist, Joe Tierney, check out this nice pass. An even better goal behind the back from J.D. Ricoeur. Behind the back goal for Marist. That puts them up by 1. Marist again, good passing sequence. Quinnipiac, though, right before Tyler DeVito, the freshman, outstanding freshman year he's having so far, leads all freshmen in goals. This is that great passing sequence I was just telling you about for Marist. They eventually find Colin Dizon out front, and it's Marist again, right on the doorstep. Joe Tierney finds the back of the net past Brust. This goal comes right at the end of the half. A lot of momentum for Marist as they head in to the second half of action. And Joe Tierney, he's going to complete the hat trick. Finds near side high on Jack Brust there. He's another freshman for Marist, having another outstanding year. Clayton Funk with a snipe from way downtown. Brust never even saw that one coming. And Quinnipiac with 28 seconds on the clock. Ryan Lawson finds the top near shelf. Quinnipiac, you're saying they have a chance, only down 1 with 28 seconds left to go, but they do fall short, losing 9-8. Spoiling senior day for Brust, who you see there snapped his stick over the crossbar after the game. Let's have a listen to Brust after the game.
To be honest with you, it's hard to put into words. It's something that I'll cherish for the rest of my life, and it's made me the person I am today, and I'm forever grateful for that. So it's tough, but it's a hell of a ride.
That's all for your Quinnipiac Sports Update. Check back next week for more. Brooke, Mike, back to you at the desk.
Jay, the warm weather has finally arrived here in Hamden, but will it stay?
We have John McMahon out on the quad right now to give us our full weather update. John, what do you have for us?
New Haven's 56, Meriden 56, Hartford 54, Storrs 53, Norwich 53, and New London 56. Moved in tomorrow, 60 degrees, mostly sunny, wind north-northwest 9 miles per hour, sunrise 6:16 a.m. So any of you early morning Bobcats, you can get out there early. Tomorrow night's forecast, 4 degrees, mainly clear, winds west 6 miles per hour, sunset 7:30 p.m. Like I done to stay inside, you know. Looking ahead to the 7-day forecast, we Thursday is sunny, high of 60 and low of 40. Fridays again sunny, 60 to 39. You know, good day, good quad days. Saturday a little cloudy, but you know we'll make do. 56, low of 48. Sunday, big day, 76, low of 50. Huge, almost summer-like, guys. Monday, a little cloudy, 64, low of 38. Tuesday's 55, low of 38. A little sunny, but you know, same thing. Wednesday, cloudy, 56. We'll make do. That's all I got for weather, guys. Back to you guys on the desk.
Well, that's all we have for this week's Q30 Newscast. Stay up to date with your latest Quinnipiac news on Twitter at Q30 News.
And visit our website at q30television.com to see previous episodes of the Q30 Newscast, as well as other shows in our station.
I'm Mike Iozzo.
And I'm Brooke Riley. Good night, Quinnipiac.